Understanding the behavior of the filter controls will enable you to use them to maximum advantage. The last logged activity is currently selected for Bob Jones as evidenced by the record selector. If we open up one of the filter controls, we'll do call date and then cancel. Note that the record control has changed to indicate that we're now looking at the first of all the records. If we should use the right arrow key to change the selection to the call time column, the selected record is indeed the first record. Accordingly, a best practice when opening a filter dropdown and then canceling is to immediately return to the last record. Furthermore, the filter controls at the top of each column are configured based on the data type that their column represents. For example, we open the call date column filter and then go to date filters. Note the large selection that's available. However, if we cancel this with the escape key and the escape key again, and then open up the call and activity type column, which is a text column, go to text filters. Notice the different choices. Again, we'll cancel. We jump over to the number value column and open its filter control. Go to number filters. There's yet a different selection of choices. We'll cancel with the escape key twice. We'll go back to the date column. Both the call date and call time columns hold data that is actually a date-time combination. The call date column displays only the date part. The call time, only the time part. Accordingly, if you go to use one of the date filters, keep in mind that these functions will key off a date-time combination value. For example, if we want to see records that were between February the 15th, 2016, and February the 16th, we would click on between, and the first date would indeed be February the 15th. That would start the filter at midnight on that date, and then the ending date would be 2/1/2016. That would end the filter at midnight on the 16th. We'll click OK. And we've only selected those items. We'll clear the filter. Note that after clearing the filter, we've then returned to the first record in the list. Furthermore, because of the way the call time column is handled, you will not be able to filter using its filter control. Gonna open the ribbon using Control F1. In the User Action section, the filter functions here are similar to what happens with these drop-down controls. And they key off of whatever was selected down here. We're currently in a date field and call date. If I click on this filter button, I get the same set of controls. Escape key will close it. One of the most powerful features of filtering is to use the Advanced Filter Sort. So we'll click on Advanced. Always start by clicking Clear All Filters. Back in Advanced, go to Advanced Filter Sort. Here, you can build a filter based upon any combination of fields. Expand this a little bit so we can see them all. These are all the fields that are available in the query that is behind the logged activities subform. However, many of these fields are hidden in that subform. The main fields that you'll want to filter on would be the call date field, call and activity type, activity category, comment, num value, and dollar value. We're going to double-click on comment to add the comment field to the filter grid. I'll expand this. What I want to do is I want to try to find any records using this filter, but use the word kayaking. And to do that, if you want to find that particular keyword, you want to phrase it this way, like space, quote, star, kayaking, starry quote. That's the right format for looking for a search string using the word kayaking. We'll try to find it if it's anywhere in the comment field. And then I use the down arrow to ensure that that's typed correctly. You need to click Next, the button called Toggle Filter. That will make that filter available to the Logged Activities subform. We'll navigate back to the Contacts form. Then we'll click on the Filter button here. We didn't find any records. Apparently, there are no records that use the word kayaking. We'll clear this. And we'll go back to our filter. We're going to change the search string. This time, I'm going to look for the word bug. I want to see if there are any comments that use the word bug, B-U-G. Again, down arrow to make sure the formatting is okay. Toggle the filter. Back over to the contacts form. Click on the filter button, and we've identified 349 records that use the word bug. We can scroll this list. A couple of them have entries in them, and we can see a few of these. Different text values associated with poster empty. I saw one there that had the word updated. There it is. Let's see if I can filter for that. So I'm gonna unfilter this list. Go back to my filter tool. And I'm going to click in the same criteria field, space, and I'm gonna use the word end. So I want to find something that has bug in it, and I'm looking for updated. So I'm gonna use the same like space. Quote star updated. Star quote. Down arrow tier, and that's a good criteria string. We'll be looking for two things, the word bug and the word updated. Again, toggle filter, back to the contacts form, click on the filter button, and we found that one record. Once again, we'll unfilter. We'll go back to our filter form. Up here under advanced, we're going to click on clear the grid to make sure there's no filter left, and we'll close this using Control W. We're back at the contacts form. Best practice. Navigate back to the last record. We'll do one more example. This time, we'll search. Using the advanced filter sort, using two different columns. Once again, go to advanced filter sort. I'll expand this. And then I'll add the two columns I want to search on. Gonna search on activity category. Double-click that. It's on the grid. I'm gonna drag this out a little bit. And then I want to search on the comment field. Double-click that. And I'll drag it out a little bit. What I want to do is I want to look for activity categories that contain the word form. So it's like space, quote star form, star, quote. And I'll use the down arrow to make sure that's typed right. And then under the comment column, criteria, I'm going to look for the word crash. So I'm going to use like space, quote star crash, star quote. Again, the down arrow to make sure it's typed properly. I'm now filtering on two different columns. I'll toggle the filter. It makes it available. Go back to contacts. And filter. Looks like I have 50 items that contain form, and apparently they're all Camtasia form logged activities. Where the word crash shows up, I'll unfilter. I'll go back to my advanced filter. Under advanced, we're gonna clear the grid. I click toggle filter, go back to contacts. That unfiltered the list. I'll navigate to the last record.